It's a silver fox office for the box office foxes. It's a silver fox office with Elsie and Mike. Hi, welcome to the Silver Fox Office, where we're on a quest to find the foxiest old guy in cinema. I'm Mike.
And I'm Elsie.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome to what I'm betting now is going to be the shortest Silver Fox opus.
Opus.
Our
magnum opus.
The Silver Fox magnum opus. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be our shortest episode.
I have a funny feeling you're right.
Because just a little peek behind the curtain, I'm going away to Australia for a couple of weeks. So our recording schedule is all gone out the window. So we're recording this, 4 days after our last recording?
Yes, which is not prime time to watch things.
No, also, especially seeing as I've had like rehearsals and, work.
Yeah,
and
100%.
life.
And I had to take a nap today.
Oh, such a burdensome life you lead.
I know. I'm a lady of leisure.
But more importantly, Elsie, what day are we recording this on?
It's a Thursday.
The
Thursday? No, it's it's an important Thursday.
Thursday the Thursday.
It is in New Zealand, the 11th of the 9th. It's 9/11.
It's 9/11.
Now,
Elsie's favourite holiday.
It is true. It's not official 9/11 in America until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because tomorrow is also my mother's birthday.
Ah.
Happy birthday, Linda.
Happy birthday, Linda.
And we have fond memories of being young children coming into mum and dad's room to celebrate her birthday, do presents in bed and stuff. And dad thinks I've turned on the TV for background noise. And the Twin Towers are coming down. But
oh my God, happy birthday to you. Tragedy.
So it is, which means like I'm gonna have to watch the iconic National Geographic documentary 9/11 One Day in America.
Of course.
I'm obsessed with that documentary. I think it's very good. And I also today watched, there's a YouTube video that has a dashboard of like news events and flight paths from 9/11, like as it happened.
Okay.
So those videos that like show you the sinking of the Titanic in real time? It's like that.
Yeah, okay.
9/11.
Oh, like reenactments and stuff.
Not really.
Because I'm like, I don't think there's anyone out that dinghy in 1912.
It'll be like the news coverage. So it'll be like right up until it happens, and then how the news coverage switches, and then it'll show the flight path. And there's this moment where it goes from like the flight path thing shows like all of these planes, and then all of a sudden in an instant there's like no planes because everything got grounded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop talking about 9/11 or I'll get carried away. That would be if we had a coffee.
Yeah.
And people could donate. We could have one episode where we just talk entirely about 9/11.
9/11. It could be 9/11 and Titanic. Like Titanic. We could do like a disaster episode.
A disaster episode where we get to wax lyrical about our favorite disaster. Is it right to say favorite?
Maybe. Which, to be fair with us, every episode is a disaster episode.
Yes. And every episode has the potential to become about 9/11 or the Titanic at a moment's notice. So
we are ready to pivot as soon.
Any given time. So yes, that is today.
Yeah. So yeah, obviously we haven't been watching very much or reading very much or experiencing
very much.
That's just I could have naps. Experienced a nap.
That was a good one.
So I guess, have you watched any good films recently?
I haven't watched any films since we last spoke. I've been listening to, when I last did my nails, I started an audiobook because I get free audiobooks on Spotify, not sponsored, could be. But they are the lovely hosts of our podcast, so
of course.
Spotify. But I started listening to the audiobook of Flowers in the Attic by V.C. Andrews.
I have never read a single V.C. Andrews book.
It seems like it'd be right up your alley.
I know. Everyone says this, and I've actually got one in my shelf. I've got My Sweet Audrina.
Okay.
And I'm like, I need to read it.
My mum had all of the like Flowers in the Attic series, which if you're unfamiliar, it is a very long-winded book series where it starts off with a premise where it's like these kids, their father passes away, and so their mother takes them to go live with her very wealthy parents, who she was essentially like they kicked her out when she was younger. And so when they come back, she makes the kids, or she and her mother make the kids hide in the attic.
Sure.
And it's under the premise that the father or her father shouldn't know about them. I'm gonna spoil it, but it's like the biggest spoiler. Well, it's not the biggest spoiler. It's like everyone knows it. Their parents, like the mother and father of the kids, were half uncle and half niece. So they're the product of incest.
That's the one thing I know about V.C. Andrews is that her books have a lot of incest.
Have a lot of incest.
all
And then,
throughout, right?
because these kids spend all their time in the attic during their formative years, the two eldest kids, Chris and Kathy, end up having an incestuous relationship. And then the book series carries on way longer than it needs to. And there's V.C. Andrews, well, Virginia Andrews, dies at a certain point. So then they get a ghostwriter to carry it on, and he, hence the name V.C. Andrews, he just goes fucking crazy and just writes all this stuff. And he's like, what if there was an avalanche that killed somebody, but then he wasn't dead and he comes back and now he's evil and he wants to kill the neighbor? And it's
like soap opera shit.
It's so random. But like there was, I think after Flowers in the Air, there was like Petals on the Wind, and then there's like There Will Be Thorns or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. But each book, it gets crazier and crazier. The first one is like pretty insane. And I knew that Chris and Kathy had an incestuous relationship. I didn't know that it'd be revealed that the folks also did as well. And then I was listening to it and I was like, Jesus, no wonder they wrote you out of the will. You were bonking your uncle. Anyway. So I've been listening to that. It's crazy. It's like listening to a soap opera.
Yeah.
So there's that. I've also been carrying around in my bag a copy of Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, because on Valentine's Day next year, the Emerald Fennel Wuthering Heights will be coming out, where Jacob Elordi plays Heathcliff, despite the fact he's not brown. And Margot Robbie will be playing Kathy Linton.
So are we so desperate for padding in this episode that you're like, I'm not reading it, but I
am planning to read it when I get time. So I'm going to be like reading it as I go, because I want to have it finished by the time the film comes out.
Okay, yeah.
So I can be even angrier at the film adaptation.
I've never read Wuthering Heights.
It's like, it's obviously it's a classic.
Yeah.
It's not too bad. It's a little bit long-winded, but
yeah.
The film version that's going to come out is fucking crazy from the sounds of things.
Jacob Elordi is very beautiful.
He is so handsome. My problem is like Heathcliff as a character is like, it's mentioned multiple times that he is like of dark complexion. Like he's meant to be. I think he's meant to be Romani.
Right. Okay.
Jacob Elordi is just
not
Australian.
Yeah.
But we'll live. Anyway, other than that, I mentioned to Mike tomorrow evening we're going to see the new Downton Abbey film.
Well, I'm so thrilled for you.
Thank you very much. Next time we do an episode, you'll know all about it.
Will you though?
No, because I've never watched Downton Abbey. It's for my mum's birthday. She loves Downton Abbey, so I'm being a good daughter. I'm going.
What do you think? Give us your best description of what you think Downton Abbey sort of is.
It's a big mansion.
Sure.
And there's a lot of rich British people.
Sure.
Some of them are married, some of them are not.
Gracious.
They all care a lot what Maggie Smith thinks, which can't blame them. Me too. God rest her soul. And there's like this one episode I remember watching it where this woman dies in childbirth, like after childbirth, because of like medical misogyny. So there's probably a bit of misogyny in there. And I think there's an episode where one of them becomes like a race car driver. So that's what I think it's about.
Great.
I think it's about aristocrats behaving poorly and sometimes having fun.
Trust you to be like race car driver.
There is a race car driver in there.
His name is Lewis Hamilton.
Also, speaking of which, yesterday I secured tickets for my friend and I to go to the Australian Grand Prix next year.
How exciting.
So we are going to Melbourne to watch the Grand Prix.
How exciting for you.
And it'll be my first ever trip overseas. No joke.
Oh, really?
I've literally never left the country before.
That's incredible.
So I'm very excited.
Oh my God, how fun. You'll have a blast.
I will have to get some...
Or you'll become very xenophobic and be like, New Zealand is the only way. Which...
I'll become a New Zealand nationalist. No, I won't.
No,
I'll have to get some live footage, some voice recording of me there. And we can hear the car go,
Pew!
past, and then we'll be able to set it into the episode at that time.
Excellent.
So yeah,
Excellent. I'm so thrilled for you. That is
thank you
very
very
kind.
much. I'm very excited. Anyway, how about you?
Well, yeah, similar boat. I did realize though, last time
Mhm.
I didn't talk about one of the films that I watched,
Oh,
and it kind of relates to one of the films I've watched this time, one of
fun.
the two that I've watched. So, um, recently I have watched both versions of The Wicker Man.
I saw this
Um,
letterbox.
so I watched the original 1973 and I watched the 2006 remake with Nicolas Cage.
Because the 73 one's like your film.
The 73 one is my all-time favorite film
Mhm.
and has been since I was like maybe 13.
It's a very important film.
It is hugely important to me. I love it so much. It was just a core part of my viewing as a child. I can quote. There are so many lines in it that are iconic to me
Yeah.
and to me only.
Yeah, that's me with Juno. I literally,
right.
I quote Juno the full way through, and that's special.
Like, there's one line in it that no one else would care about, but for me, I'm like, that's my costume, the salmon of knowledge. One that, and then there's this other one where the chemist just goes, "Oh, what a pity," and it's just
That's a very good line, though.
it's so iconic to me specifically. So yeah, watch that, and then they remade it in 2006
With your favorite actor?
with
of
my
all time.
least favorite actor of all time, Nicolas Cage, and I feel like it is a direct slight against me. It is like
An even bigger slight would be if I picked him to be my next Fox when it's next my turn.
I feel like we have to veto Nick Cage.
I'm not attracted to that man.
No,
No offense to
no,
that man.
he's also a piss poor actor.
There you have it.
We will never feature Nick Cage. Nick Cage is our anti-Buscemi.
Yeah, which they starred together in Con Air. He has a
Yeah.
Buscemi number of
Yeah.
1, which means they may have explored each other's
I
bodies.
don't think so. I think Steve Buscemi
Has to-
is a man of taste and sophistication, and he,
Nick offered and he said no. Thank you.
yeah, Nick was like, "How about it?" And Steve was like,
I can't do
the
this to
notebook."
Mike.
There are two weirdos in New Zealand that depend on me. But also, so it's just it's just a
Yeah.
bad movie. And have you ever seen the remake?
I
Seen either?
haven't seen either of them. I remember the remake from my childhood somehow. I think my sister might have watched it and I might have been in the room.
So the remake, if you get the right version, because there are ones with different endings and all sorts of things.
Oh.
So
There's
There
one
is-
without a soundtrack as well. There's one without a score.
yeah. It's just Mads Mikkelsen. No, so there's one that there's one of them that the last 20 minutes are very funny.
Okay.
And there's one where they are not. So you've got to look for the B ending.
Right.
It's very important. But the rest of the movie does not make up for it, you know?
Yeah.
It's just a funny stretch of 20 minutes. I'm like, just go on YouTube and watch that.
Watch the 20 minutes.
But also, it's like a fundamental misunderstanding of what that
Of what the
film
film's meant to be.
is. So in the original, one of the actors with the best name of all time, Edward Woodward,
Great name.
plays Sergeant Howie, who is a super upstanding Christian,
Hmm.
like rigidly Christian, zealot level Christian, and goes into this pagan community. And so a lot of the most interesting stuff is that clash between the religions,
Yeah.
right? And thus they make the decision to take away any like hints at Christianity. So, and I'm like, it feels like
You've just missed the point.
you're trying to make this film that is a direct examination of religion,
Mhm.
and you try to do it without offending anyone of any religion. It
Which-
just seems,
And it's like, it's okay if a film, it's okay if a film is critical of religion
Yeah.
or is like, yeah, because obviously Christians immediately are going to turn their nose up at paganism, which is like fine if that's what you
no,
believe.
and obviously not all Christians, we are aware
Exactly,
of this.
that there are people.
Painting with a broad brush.
Yes. Like, but, film's meant to make you think.
Yeah.
It's meant to make you quizzical about these kind of things. If you go out of your way to not offend people, then you've missed the point.
And religion should be like, I don't know, like religion or what? Religion should be
Religion
like
should be like religion, actually.
religion should be like religion.
That's what I've
As
heard.
my dad always said,
And I've always said this.
religion should be like gender or like sexuality or like any facet of who you are, where you should constantly be evaluating it and be like, is this
Is this me?
for me? Is this what I'm doing? Because otherwise, if you approach faith as something of like, I know I go to church every day, every Sunday, I do the Eucharist every day, whatever, right? It just becomes a pattern and there's no actual faith in it. So it's something you've got to actually,
And I think there's a lot of like, you kind of, when you first get into voting and you just like, who are my parents voting for?
yeah,
And for a lot of people that leads them to who they vote for, or there's me and I look at who my parents voted for and I'm like, oh, I'm going to vote for the exact opposite.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing as a lot of people I think approach religion and it's like, oh, I was brought up like this.
yeah,
This is what we always did, so therefore that's what I'm going to do. But it's like, does it actually resonate with you?
yeah,
And it also, I think religion is so, yes, you've got monotheistic religions, but it's also such a broad spectrum, and
Yeah.
everybody does religion differently, and
Yeah.
everybody has a different approach to it, which I think is a really important thing.
it's such a personal thing.
Yeah.
It's like, even if you just took one flavor of Christianity, right?
Yeah.
You just are like, oh, let's look at the Anglicans. Each Anglican in that church is going to view things differently and feel
Yes.
differently and approach it differently, and just
And I think that's really important, and
Yeah.
that's what makes us human.
I was not expecting
The religious
the religious corner. Obviously, everyone should be able to feel and think and believe whatever they feel and think and believe, as long as it's not hurting anyone.
Unless
It
you're not
doesn't matter.
harming others,
Yeah.
you go for your life.
So the other thing I want to talk about is Bigfoot.
Perfect. I do love Bigfoot chat.
I've been just over the past while, I've been just doing a lot of Bigfoot like YouTube videos, and like I've been in this Bigfoot hole for a month at this point, watching
Yes.
YouTube things, and just Bigfoot is one of those things where
Bigfoot's your 9/11. Sorry.
sorry, what
I said Bigfoot's your 9/11.
Bigfoot's my 9/11.
I don't know if that's appropriate to say.
On 9/11.
On 9/11 on Bigfoot Day? You come to me on Bigfoot Day. Oh my god. I'm so sorry to all the Bigfoot fans out there.
So yeah, like I haven't even talked about it because I've literally been watching just shitty YouTube videos, like the History Channel of like top 10 Bigfoot sightings.
I remember
Right.
when we still worked at the same place.
Yeah,
All those eons ago.
sure.
You messaged me about Bigfoot one day, and I went onto the Wikipedia page and saw that they have the original Bigfoot video on there.
Yes.
And so I watched it, and it was the first time I'd ever seen it.
I messaged you because I got excited that you can log the Pattinson Gimlin
Yes.
film on Letterboxd.
Right. And then my coworker who was sitting next to me, we were looking at the video, and I was saying to, because I'd love to ask him really like
Yeah.
questions. And I said to him, I was like, do you believe that Bigfoot's real? And he Googled Bigfoot and saw a GIF that somebody had edited to make it look like Bigfoot stops and waves at the camera, and he immediately decided that Bigfoot wasn't real because there was a GIF of him waving at the camera. And I was like, no,
That's not
I was like, no, the GIF's not real. And he was like, no, this is it. Bigfoot's not real because he waves at the camera, and the real Bigfoot would never. The real Bigfoot would never do this.
I know him. He's a personal friend,
He's
and I know
a friend,
he's
but
not real.
He's not a waver. He's not a waver, and he's not real. So yes, that's and it was the first time I'd ever watched the original Bigfoot footage, and I was like, I don't know if it is somebody wearing a gorilla suit. I don't know what it is, but like, I think if I had been, what was it, the 80s, 70s?
60s.
60s. If I'd been in the 60s and I'd seen that video, I'd have been scared shitless.
Yeah.
I would have started locking my doors because they didn't do that for a while in the 60s.
Look, so for me, ghosts, right? I firmly believe in ghosts, but there is also a part of me that's like, I believe in it because it's fun to believe in it.
of course.
But I do believe in it. That doesn't mean that a lot of the stuff I'm like, that's honey, that's a radiator, you know, like,
That's a smear on your hand. That's your thumb in the corner.
yeah, that's a mosquito, you know, whatever. But I still do believe that there is ghosty stuff, and but with Bigfoot, I'm like, I have no idea, and I know rationally,
Hmm.
logically, doesn't exist. However,
It's fun.
it's fun, and I'm like,
We know the Loch Ness Monster is a freaking pit of driftwood, but it's fun.
isn't it more interesting to live in a world like this?
There's cryptids.
Because I'm also like, what if tomorrow we discover there is a Bigfoot, and then all these like rabid Bigfoot guys are going to be like, oh, it's just a type of ape. It doesn't mean anything.
Exactly. It doesn't harm you to think that there's a Bigfoot. And it's like when I was a kid and I first discovered YouTube, I used to watch those like ghost caught on tape videos, and I would be so scared.
Yeah.
I'd be literally scared shitless because I was like, oh my God, this is a ghost.
Yeah.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with believing that.
No,
kind of
it's fun.
stuff.
So I've been listening to a podcast called I can't even remember, Real Bigfoot Adventures, or
Real Bigfoot Adventures.
Real Bigfoot Adventures, which is also probably something you could watch on Pornhub.
It's me and my
Yeah.
size 10s.
It's
All gonna work.
what's it called? Bigfoot Eyewitness Radio. Sorry,
Bigfoot Eyewitness
Radio.
Radio.
So I've been listening to that, and it's such mindless drivel, and it's always these guys that are like, I saw Bigfoot, and I saw him in the woods, and he smelled, and I grabbed my gun, and he was gone. Like, he does.
What do you smell like?
Bigfoot has a smell. One of the things with Bigfoot is that apparently he smells, and you can smell him. It's a real pungent monkey man.
He doesn't smell good?
Apparently not.
Well,
No.
I'd sniff him.
I'll give him a wee sniff. And apparently they're like, I saw a top 1 Bigfoot, and he won a top 2 Bigfoot.
Yeah, top 2 diabetes.
And it's like type 3, and then they're like, actually top 3 is not a Bigfoot, that's a dog man. That's a different thing.
Fuck off.
It's just like,
Okay, out of all of the cryptids,
who would I most fuck?
yeah,
I
I think Bigfoot's like.
reckon Mothman's got a badonkadonk.
You think it's Mothman?
It wouldn't be Nessie, because
No.
Nessie's a lady.
And she's like, I don't want to disturb her.
Yeah,
right?
and I mean lady as in not as in because I'm gay and she's a woman, but a lady as in like a delicate,
Yes.
elegant creature.
What about the bunyip?
I had a bunyip on my foot once.
Yeah,
I think I had
you
to
got
do
a
it.
surgically removed.
Yeah.
I think for me it's probably Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. You guys tell us.
Who would you most fuck? Which?
Which cryptid would you fuck?
It would not be the chupacabra.
Oh, fuck no. Not the goat eater.
No.
Have you heard of... Okay, so I think I actually still have it on my computer at work. In my OneNote, I have this thing called Wikipedia rabbit holes.
Sure.
And I found all these random Wikipedia pages because there's on Wikipedia, my favorite ever website, not sponsored, Wish. There's like a list of unusual like Wikipedia articles.
Yeah.
And there's ones like the Loveland Frog, which is apparently this massive frog man. There's Giff the Talking Mongoose, like the Tonabee Tiles, that kind of stuff. I love that
I love
shit.
the Tonabee Tiles. There's a really
love
cool
the shit.
documentary about that one.
So
Tonabee.
Tonabee?
Either way.
I don't know.
what
I've
you
always pronounced it Tonabee in my head. Sometimes Tony B when I'm just in my
Tony
head. Everyone let us know what your favorite odd Wikipedia
Yeah.
article is.
There's actually a cool Facebook group, and it's probably a Reddit and stuff like that. That's like interesting Wikipedia articles. That's
Yes.
really great.
I think I actually saw something similar on Reddit. There was like a thread.
Yeah.
Oh, love that stuff.
And I'm halfway through reading The End of the World as We Know It, which I spoke about last time. I'm really enjoying it. It's really
Listen
good.
to our last episode to hear Mike very passionately talk about Stephen King.
Yeah. And I'll do it
And
again.
you'll do it again. If you're lucky.
You'll be lucky. So, how are we doing for time? All right, 24 minutes. This is a record.
We're
doing
making
well.
a good time.
And that was a solid Bigfoot tangent as
Yes.
well.
We did get through the Bigfoot chat. Tick that off the list.
Elsie.
Do you want me to tell you what Silver Fox is?
Absolutely, I do.
I will tell you.
It's like you read my mind or the run
I could
sheet in
just
front
tell.
of us.
I could just tell. So, Silver Fox, starters, they have to be over 45.
Yep.
Right? That's just where we start. Man, woman, non-binary. It doesn't matter how you identify as long as we can objectify.
You bet.
Preferably they would have grey hair.
Yep.
But otherwise, if they're graying or they're dyeing their grey hair or they just have grey hair energy.
Or if they could just like conceivably be grey, so you could look at them and be like, yeah, I bet you dye your hair,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. It's about the aura that they give off.
Yeah.
And today we
Yes.
are talking about the great Sidney Poitier.
What an incredible pick this was.
I felt so good getting to watch.
I also realized I don't think I had ever seen a Sidney Poitier film before this.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a shame because I watched Guess Who's Coming to Dinner when I was in school.
Yeah.
And then when I sat down to be like, right, I need to watch my film, there were so many that I was like, I want to watch this one, I want to watch this one.
Yeah.
And then I was like, no, I have to remember what my objective is here. But I genuinely think one of the greatest actors of all time.
I've seen a lot of clips and I obviously know his legacy. And now I've obviously seen a film for this episode. But it's definitely made me want to investigate more. And yeah, just so charming and likable and like effortless.
So brilliant. And depending on when you think like the peak era of cinema was, I do think a little bit ahead of its time.
He was a trailblazer.
Yeah, he did incredible work at the time he did it, and absolutely he did groundbreaking work.
Yeah.
Like a lot of his most popular films had like the theme was about racism and race relations and things like that.
Because you couldn't cast a black man in a lead role without it being something to
without
comment
talking
on.
about it.
Yeah.
So but then even in those films, just the way that they went about it, it very much wasn't like gratuitous violence towards black people for the sake of it. It was like there's a story here, and it's an important story to tell, and brilliant actor.
And I'm sure that to black people of the time, and obviously we're saying this as two whiteys, we know this, but like black people at the time seeing him up on the screen and being like, we can do it.
Yeah.
We can be there.
Can do it too. What a guy.
But no one can do it as well as him.
No, he's incredible, an incredible actor.
One of the best.
So
Elsie, what film did you pick? And if we picked the same one, this is going to be an even shorter episode. We're going to have to cycle back to Bigfoot.
We're going to have to bring Bigfoot back in for the discussion. I picked the 1967 film In the Heat of the Night.
Oh, okay.
You didn't
Not
pick it?
my film. Very, very close.
Very close to it. So for those who are unaware, Sidney Poitier plays a police detective from Philadelphia in America. His name is Virgil Tibbs.
Yep.
And he's in Philadelphia. He's waiting for the train. And then a prominent white man from the area is murdered. And immediately, due to institutional racism, the police bring Virgil in because they're like, oh, he has to have done it because he's a black man in a train station.
Yeah. Guilty as sin.
Guilty.
Clearly.
Then when it's like obvious that it's not him and they find out that he's a police detective, they're like, oh, will you stay and help us find out who did it? Which
what a slap in the fucking face.
Kick in the teeth. But because he's such a good man, he says, yes, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So, okay, apart from him being incredibly hunky in this because he wears a suit for most of it, well, the entire thing actually, it's like all shot in one night, which is also kind of cool that it like takes place, well, it was not actually just one night, but it takes place over a short period of time. So,
and is it also like, I may be getting this wrong, but is it also like a really hot film?
Yes.
Like sweaty?
When it opens, they're in a diner and it's this guy and a police officer in the diner. And the guy working at the diner is trying to get a fly with a rubber band. And he's like sweaty and you can just feel like the heat looks thick. And it's perfect. And I love a film that you can like see the heat. I feel that way about, I think I've talked about it before, The Secret Life of Bees. Yeah. You can feel how the heat and it's like that sticky heat.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre as well.
Yeah.
But it feels gross in that.
It feels disgusting in that film, but it's just perfect for setting the scene. So absolutely, it is a hot, hot evening when it starts off. But there's this great scene at the start where they've brought Virgil in and he doesn't argue with them. The police officer is like pointing a gun at him and he doesn't even like flinch or anything. He goes into the station. He's very quiet. And then when the police chief says to him, like, starts implying that he killed this guy and trying to get him to confess. Virgil reaches into his pocket, pulls out his badge and his ID, and he puts it on the table. He's like, I'm a police officer. And the police chief looks at it and he's like, Virgil. And he's like, what do they call you in Philadelphia? And Sidney Poitier delivers the best line, and he says, they call me Mr. Tibbs.
Referenced in so many kids' movies. Referenced in The Lion King, Pumbaa says it.
So good. And from that moment on, you're like, oh, he's not fucking around.
Yeah.
And there's also another incredible scene where he goes to speak to this guy horrifically racist, also an plantation slave owner, I think. And he slaps Virgil across the face. Virgil gets his lick back, slaps him back straight across the face. And in 1967, that scene changed lives because they had a fucking black man on the TV slapping a white man across the face.
Crazy.
And saying, we're not putting up with this shit anymore. You can get your lick back if you want to. It's a frustrating movie because language is horrific in some areas, and it's like it makes you angry, but at the same time, like an incredible film. And Sidney Poitier is just unbelievable in it. So fucking handsome.
There's a sequel as well, I think. That's called Mr. Tibbs, or they call it Mr. Tibbs.
I think he did it's like a trilogy maybe of like Virgil Tibbs films. Because when I was on Apple TV watching this last night, it's like, did you want to buy the Virgil Tibbs collection? And I was like, do I want to buy the what?
What did you call me?
What did you call me? This film also, I believe, won Best Picture at the Oscars.
Oh.
And I believe the guy who plays the police chief won Best Supporting Actor, but Sidney wasn't even nominated.
Of course not. Why would he be?
Which makes me unbelievably frustrated. But no, this film was magic. As far as like scene setting and making you like feel like you can feel it and you can feel the heat, and the characters there's this whole, as they uncover who actually killed the guy, there's this whole fucking it's crazy when all these people start turning up and making accusations and things like that. But it was a great film, and you cannot underestimate how good Sidney Poitier looks in a suit as a police detective.
It's pretty good. I saw pictures while trying to select my movie, and it was pretty dang close.
Yeah. So that's what I picked. I picked In the Heat of the Night. Also, a song done by Ray Charles that had a theme song. Which played at the start and the end, and the song was called In the Heat of the Night.
I love Ray Charles.
Ray Charles. God rest his soul. Yeah. What about you, Mike? What did you pick?
Well, I went ahead and I picked a film that you could read homosexual subtext in, because that just makes it a little bit hotter for me.
Brilliant.
I went back to 1958, I believe, and I watched a film called The Defiant Ones.
Oh.
The Defiant Ones stars Sidney Poitier, obviously, and Tony Curtis, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, here we go.
And they are prisoners.
Mm-hmm.
And they're in the back of a car, in the back of a van, and Tony Curtis is incredibly racist.
Yep.
And Sidney Poitier is black, of course. And the van crashes and they escape, and they're chained together. So they are trying to get the chain off. Racist man with black man chained together, and it's basically them trying to escape. And because they're chained together, there are lots of moments that look like they're cuddling. And you're just like,
yeah.
If you're watching it and understand the plot or the language, you're like, they're not lovers. But
you can imagine.
You could imagine. Like there's one scene where Sidney Poitier is like cuddling Tony Curtis essentially and singing to him, and I'm like, true love. It should be me. But it's incredibly hot, just how because of the situation they're in, how intimate they get.
Yes.
And obviously in the 50s they wouldn't have even thought about a homosexual subtext to it. And I don't really think there is that much of one, but it's just because they do have to get so close and so intimate with each other.
Being able to do that, to portray that intimacy, to the fact that like there's no homosexual subplot, unfortunately, but they,
in my mind,
they perform that role so earnestly that you
Yeah.
can believe there is.
Yeah.
There's merit in that.
And I also, it's similar to how heat of the night, you can feel that heat.
Yes.
And this one, it's raining a lot, so you can feel the dampness,
damp.
and you can see the way that I'm biting my knuckle. You can see the way that Sidney Poitier's shirt
And I saw his wet
to
trousers.
him, and those trousers, let me tell you, they lovingly mold to each buttock.
Good God. They knew what they were doing in 1958.
Those pants are crazy. They took up a lot of my vision because I was standing right next to the TV with my face right up to it, being like, oh.
Magnifying glass out.
Yeah, just incredible. His body is
Tea.
phenomenal. It helps that Tony Curtis is also very hot in it. So it's just there's eye candy everywhere.
What would you want?
I really, I enjoyed it. Jared enjoyed it more than I did for the story. I enjoyed the visuals.
You enjoyed with the binoculars out.
Yeah, I was like, I could put it on mute and be quite happy.
But it's always good. I always like it when you watch one of these and you're like, oh, my film was also really good.
Yeah,
Because I haven't always been lucky in that department.
Have you not?
No.
Did you have to watch Burlesque?
I had to watch Blue Steel, 1992. I've not recovered yet. I also had to watch Perfect the other week.
Yeah, did, yeah.
I watched some clangers. Oh, The Gift, 2000.
We both watched Pet Sematary too.
Yeah, but no, but like,
that was enjoyable.
Literally walks down the stairs with his top off, holding a gun.
He does.
So.
Sidney Poitier.
Anyway, sorry, I'm thinking about Clancy Brown's chest here. Anyway, what was I doing? Okay, honourable mentions.
So I had In the Heat of the Night.
Yes.
As an honourable mention. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I fully just jumped the queue. I'm like, fuck the format. I'm excited.
You can talk.
Heat of the Night was definitely there, and Lilies of the Field.
Yes.
Was also on my list.
Yes.
But I think more than In the Heat of the Night, I had Mr. Tibbs, or They Call Me Mr. Tibbs.
They Call Me Mr. Tibbs.
Because there was just a picture I saw of him lying in bed shirtless, and I was like, oh, buddy.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
What about you, Elsie?
I had Guess Who's Coming to Dinner.
Of course.
With Katharine Hepburn as well.
I love her.
Same chemistry.
I've never seen that film, and I've always wanted to. I love Katharine Hepburn.
Yeah. I recommend it. We watched it in we had this like kind of like life skills type class, and the teacher made us watch it because it was about like tolerance and that kind of thing.
How to serve a good meal.
Yeah, how to cook a good meal.
We watched it in home economics.
For your black son when he comes home. Also, I had To Sir with Love.
Yeah.
The iconic film where he plays a teacher in a rough school.
Yeah.
And then I also had A Raisin in the Sun.
Yes.
As well.
All good choices.
The list is endless. I think he's an actor that keeps on giving, because like you struggle to find a bad film.
He's one of those ones where you're like, you are ridiculously gorgeous.
Yes.
Just beautiful, very handsome. Mm-hmm. You're also impeccably talented.
Yeah.
And you're also like this barrier breaking legend. You've got this huge legacy behind you. There's just so much to him that you're like,
and you're
so cool.
We say it all the time, competency, proficiency is sexy. Being that good of an actor.
Yeah.
That like everyone else kind of steps back and is like, no, this is that guy. Yeah.
I also always think of that when we did the Will Smith episode. There's they met, and Sidney Poitier was like, "You're almost good enough to be you're almost good looking enough to be my son," something like that.
I also think I would have liked to see like Denzel Washington and Sidney Poitier in a film together. I don't know, but when I was watching Sidney, I was getting a lot of Denzel.
Yeah, I can see that.
Shout out Denzel.
We love you, Denzel.
Everyone knows how I feel about it. Or actually, I saw an article the other day. Apparently, his name is actually Denzel. It's meant to be Denzel. And then his dad is also Denzel. So then his mum was sick and tired of calling Denzel and getting both of them. So she at one point pointed at him and was like, "You're Denzel now."
Oh, okay.
And then everyone just, now his name is known as Denzel.
Crazy.
So shout out Mrs. Washington. Right. Okay. So now it's time for our fox facts of the episode. If you have facts about your fox, you can just shout them off the dome. But otherwise, we go to IMDb and we find the most fuck-ass facts you have ever heard. They usually don't make sense, and there's something about putting fingers in glasses.
Shout out Denzel.
Shout out Denzel. But I think the first one for me is that he was like a what's the term? He was like a political yeah, he was a
Activist?
diplomat.
Oh,
He was a
diplomat.
diplomat for the Bahamas because that's where he's
Okay.
from. So he became kind of like a yeah, I think he was a Bahamian diplomat. Um because he was so he was the most well-known representative of his country at the time.
That's
He
insane.
was also the first black actor and first Bahamian to win the Academy Award for Best Actor.
Yeah, he was the first black actor to
hmm
win for Lilies of the Field.
Yeah, he was a groundbreaker,
Yeah.
literal groundbreaker.
But yeah, Hattie
McDaniel,
McDaniel was the first. She won
best
Best Supporting
supporting actress
Actress.
for Gone with the Wind.
And then the guy from Song of the South, James Baskett, won an honorary award for his role in Song of the South as a supporting. So
And we actually, I think we were talking about this as I was leaving your house after the last episode, that
yeah,
it was when Hattie McDaniel won an Oscar, they really did not want her to come to the Oscars,
yeah,
and they didn't want her to be able to have like a seat at the table or anything like that. And I actually believe it was Marilyn Monroe that got into the air about it and was like, she has to come, which is absolutely crazy that it took like another white person talking some sense into them to be like, hey, actually, this person deserves fundamental human rights.
right.
Um,
I've got here Halle Berry, who was obviously the first black woman to win Best Actress, paid tribute to the late acting icon and said she viewed him as a mentor and a powerful presence in her life, particularly after she made history as the first black woman to win. She said seeing him in Guess Who's Coming to Dinner was like seeing a mirror and a true measure of a man.
wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Apparently, he was the first black actor to place an autograph, hand, and footprint in the cement at Grauman's Chinese Theatre.
Oh my
He did
God.
it in 1967.
He spoke Russian fluently.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
He died in the same year as Angela Lansbury.
There you have it.
What a year.
In the 1960s, for many of his films, he was paid in a way known as $1 participation, which basically means he begins collecting a cut of the film's gross from the first ticket sold.
Oh.
Uh,
His performance as Detective Virgil Tibbs in In the Heat of the Night is ranked number 19 on the American Film Institute's 100 Heroes and Villains.
nice. Along with Gary Cooper, he is the most represented actor on the American Film Institute's 100 most inspiring films of all time. With 5 of his films on the list, they are A Raisin in the Sun, The Defiant Ones, Lilies of the Field, Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, and In the Heat of the Night.
In November 1943, 16-year-old Sidney Poitier lied about his age and entered the army as he was homeless and the military took him in out of the cold. He served as a medical attendant at a mental hospital in New York. Disliking army life, Poitier attempted to fake insanity in an attempt to get discharged. After he was threatened with shock therapy treatments, he admitted to lying about his age. After weeks of army-mandated therapy sessions, he was discharged from the army under Section 8.
Good God.
That's a film. That's a
That's
story
the
of
whole
its own.
film in and of itself. He was appointed as ambassador of the Bahamas to Japan. He was born in the United States, but he's a citizen of the Bahamas.
While trying to sing with some fellow actors in off-Broadway theatre, he found out he was tone deaf.
I'll let it slide. I'll let it slide. Yeah, here it is. He won his best actor in a lead role Academy Award for Lilies of the Field. There you go. Oh my God.
Sorry, gone.
I was gonna say, his 3 greatest critical and commercial successes all came out in the same year. Guess Who's Coming to Dinner, In the Heat of the Night, and To Serve with Love all came out in 1967.
Oh, wow.
It's a big year for him.
His role in the Bedford incident in 1965 marked the first time he would play a role in which his character's race was not an issue.
Wow. He was the visual inspiration for the original illustrations of the superhero Green Lantern, the first Afro-American to be a member of the Corps. Poitier was 44 years old at the time.
That's so cool.
Longtime friends and with fellow actor and activist Harry Belafonte, they were born 9 days apart. They met in New York at age 20 before either was in show business.
He was working as a dishwasher when he decided to audition for the American Negro Theatre. That's the name of the theatre.
Yep.
He read so poorly that one of the directors said, "Why don't you give up trying to act and get a job washing dishes or something?" Poitier said to himself, "How did he know I was a dishwasher?"
He's like, this guy's good.
This is sad because a lot of these are written in the present tense, like he's still around.
Along with his name uttered in the lyrics, a photograph of Poitier is held by Busta Rhymes in the music video Gimme Some More.
Oh.
Everyone remembers Busta Rhymes from that one Halloween film where he kicks somebody out the window.
Yeah, he kicks Michael Myers out the window. He kung fu kicks Michael Myers out the window. What a man. What a life.
So that means it's time for our Punnett Square, where we devise a Punnett Square, where along the x-axis we say whether they fuck, don't fuck, and then along the y-axis it knows what sex is, doesn't know what sex is. So this is not necessarily about whether we see them have sex in the film, it's just more about their aura, their energy.
Yeah, they could also have kids and they still may not fuck.
They may not fuck. It's a lifestyle. I'm going to start with Virgil Tibbs in the heat of the night.
Yeah.
You don't see it in this film, but you know.
You know?
You just know. When he's back in Philadelphia, it's going down.
You feel it in your waters?
Yeah, he's a real chill guy, he's a real private guy, right? So I don't feel like he's flashy about it.
Sure.
But you just know. So yeah, no, it's without a doubt in my mind. Yeah. What about old mate from the Defiant Ones?
I can't even remember his name. Connell?
Sure.
Colin.
It can't be Colin.
It can't be Colin.
Can't be Colin.
Surely
you don't
it's
call
not
a man
Colin.
like that, Colin.
Cullen.
That's better.
I'll take Cullen. Noah Cullen. But he's only ever really called Cullen. That's a hard one. Because I mean, in my head, him and Tony Curtis are
fucking morning and night.
However, I think that's just the energy that I'm bringing to it.
That's the lens you're viewing this through.
I think he does know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. I mean, he's been in prison, so I think it's not.
It's not happening for him.
Yeah. So I
definitely knows what it is.
He knows what it is.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. He would again.
He would definitely.
He can.
It's not through, there's nothing stopping him from prison.
I would be first in line.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So he knows what it is, but it's not fucking, I'm going to say.
Fair. Now it's time for arguably the most exciting part of the episode where, Mike, it is your turn.
Yes.
Who's our next fox? Oh, God.
I need a moment.
I played Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo last time.
You did.
So you take all the time you need.
So he's an option.
Oh.
He's an option. I think I've got a slate full of men today.
Oh, no.
Elsie said never.
Yeah. Words never before uttered by me.
Except maybe in a board meeting or something. Oh, men. Oh my God, I've got 3 options.
Oh my God.
And I'm really struggling.
Are you going to need to Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Moe it?
I'm going to do a wheel of names.
Oh, very good. So it's like properly.
Yeah.
We have no effect over this.
Okay. Okay, are you ready?
Not really.
I'm spinning the wheel.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson? reportedly, apparently, like
Huge penis?
the biggest wiener in
Apparently.
next to Willem Dafoe.
Really?
Have you seen Willem Dafoe? There's a gif of him with it out. It's humongous.
No, I haven't. I might need
There's
to
this
look this up.
weird gif of him. He's dancing crazy style, like he's doing this weird little dance, and there's a lady with a minge out as well. But he has a humongous cock. But Liam Neeson also reportedly biggest
Apparently.
biggest knob.
Apparently.
Oh my god! And that accent.
The accent. I'm really excited.
Paul. Oh, great shout.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Willem
Is it
Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe's one? Mm-hmm.
It's like mid-thigh.
Yeah, it's a biggie.
Almost to his fucking knee.
And I don't know if it's because he's like, but I don't think he's short. Yeah,
God dang.
that thing is insane. Shout out, Willem Dafoe's cock. Not
Yeah.
sponsored. Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at naked people now. Sorry.
It's that part of the episode where we look at nude men.
That's every part of every episode.
No, that's such a great shout. I'm excited.
Liam Neeson.
Is this my excuse to finally go to the movies and watch the new Naked Gun?
Maybe.
I really want to see it.
I want to see it as well.
Yeah, I like a good funny.
And you love Pam. Your girl Pam's in it.
I love Pam more than anything. She's like, in my head, we're best friends.
Yeah.
In my head, we go to lunch and we get coffee. We
Yeah.
are
Go shopping
BFFs.
together.
Yeah.
Get your nails done. Yeah.
I love her. I love her so much, and I'm so proud of her. Right.
If people want to get in touch with us, if they want to suggest a fox or want to be a guest on the show or want to tell us their Bigfoot erotica
Oh my
or
God, they want to send us there.
which cryptic they would fuck,
Yeah.
how would they reach out to us?
Couple of ways. First of all, Instagram.
Yeah.
We have an Instagram. It's at the Silver Fox Office. You can hit us up. You can see our posts. You can send us a message. Or we also have an email address. It's thesilverfoxoffice@gmail.com. We haven't heard from Carlos in a while, who used to email us right at the start. So Carlos, if you're still listening, I'd like to hear from you.
Come on back.
Coming back. And an important question, Mike, what is your letterboxd and what would you rank
The
the
Defiant
Defiant
ones.
ones?
My letterbox is the same as my Instagram, so you can follow me either place. It's One Hat Matter, ONEHATMADDER. Defiant ones. I think it's a 3.5. I think it's
Nice.
almost a 4 for me,
Reasonable.
and I think it could have been a 4 if I think it suffered from me being not necessarily in the mood to watch movies, and it being because we had such a short time
Yes.
between recording, it was the only time I could do, and I wasn't necessarily feeling a movie. So I feel like I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Yep.
I feel like it could be a 4 in other circumstances.
Very valid.
What are you giving In the Heat of the Night?
My letterboxd is Dixie Normus
Oh, yeah, that's
69. DIXIENORMOUS 69. In the Heat of the Night is getting a straight 4 from me.
Nice.
It's a good film and it's done. Sidney Poitier is so earnest and he is such a brilliant actor. And it was a real masterclass in acting to watch. Also, I forgot to mention this, but the cinematography for a film made in the 60s, somebody mentioned how it really paved the way for that 70s style cinematography. There's like bits where, there's a bit where the police car pulls up and you're kind of like fisheyed in on the police
cool.
car and it
Okay.
looks really wide. And there's also some really good just like moving shots. So the cinematography is also beautiful to look at. So no, all around, highly recommend watching In the Heat of the Night.
I will have to keep an eye on it at some stage.
You'll have to give it a gander. So, in the meantime, I'm going to fire up the old Buscemi number.
Yeah.
Find out what our Sydney's Buscemi number is.
So
So,
of course the rule is that if Sidney Poitier has a Buscemi number of 1, it means that they've definitely explored each other's bodies. There is probably going to be a growing list of exceptions to that. Obviously, Nick Cage leading the charge, but
yes. Yes. So straight off the bat, Sidney Poitier has a Steve Buscemi number of 2.
okay.
Our first link is Sidney Poitier was in Pressure Point with Richard Bacalian, and he was in Art School Confidential with Steve.
Okay.
And I'll find us one more link Sidney Poitier was in Duel at Diablo with Dennis Weaver, who was in Home on the Range with Steve Buscemi.
With Sidney Poitier.
I was about to say Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
Who we don't talk about anymore.
Do we not?
No, we don't. Not
after her plantation wedding or whatever it was. Right?
She didn't have a plantation wedding. You're thinking of Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds.
Right.
Sydney Sweeney did this really sus, I don't even know the brand, jeans ad, where it was about having good genes, and it was slightly eugenics styled. And then also it was revealed that she was a registered Republican.
Oh.
Which is immediate no thank you in my books.
Yeah.
Not that I ever had a chance to there. Sorry, Sidney, you can't call me back.
You had your shots.
I've moved on to better things.
You had your shots.
She's like, I don't know who that long-haired little boy is. Leave me alone.
Long-haired little boy.
And my sister and I always, our running joke is people like referring to me as a long-haired little boy was quite odd for me.
I love that.
So yeah, from your favourite long-haired little boy. Hopefully your only favourite long-haired little boy.
Yeah, I don't have a list of favourite little boys.
That's good. Let's keep it that way.
I think I'm happy with that life
If
choice.
you're listening, we're going to keep it that way. We did this in under an hour.
This is, and I mean, you may edit out like 10 seconds, let's be real.
Yeah.
I think this is our shortest episode so far, not including the bonus episodes.
Those don't count.
Those count, they're not real.
These are their longest. Bigfoot's real. I smelt when he stunk it.
Another name for Bigfoot is in Florida they have the skunk ape, who they think is like Bigfoot because of the smell.
I smelt the skunk ape. He smelled like shit from butt. I done saw the skunk ape outside of my house and he smelled like poo.
For my Silver Fox, I'd like to pick the skunk ape.
I went on Silver Fox off. I said I was gonna fuck Bigfoot. I'm really sorry that Sidney Poitier has been overshadowed by Bigfoot, but
I know
we don't have a lot of material to work with. We're going to talk about Bigfoot.
I'm sorry. I love Sidney Poitier much more than I love Bigfoot.
I do love Sidney Poitier.
Sidney
Hell of a
Poitier's
lot.
great.
We'll have to we'll revisit him later.
Yeah.
Otherwise, another episode in the bag.
Yeah.
Well done.
Shout out to Steve Buscemi.
Shout out Steve.
I hope everyone gets a good chance to go out there and fuck them cryptids.
Yeah, if you do get a chance to fuck a cryptid, or you think you've seen a okay, this is a real one. If you think you've seen a cryptid in real life, you have to tell us. You're obligated to tell us, and we will take you seriously. We will not make fun of you.
No, God no.
If you make jokes, we will joke with you. But I want to hear if you think you've seen Bigfoot, if you've seen the Loveland Frog, if you've seen Gift the Talking Mongoose.
South Island Panther,
yes.
whatever.
If you think you've seen Mothman.
If you think you've been abducted by aliens 2 or 3 times.
2 or 3 times, I want to know. Let's make it a 4th.
Also ghosts. I want to know about your ghost stories.
Tell us. We will get you to do a voice recording and talk about it. And
we'll do a cryptid bonus episode. Yeah. Don't you threaten me with that.
I need to hear it. Don't threaten us with a good time.
No.
All right. Okay. That's your homework. Make up a story if you must, but please.
This isn't going to be under an hour for very long.
Okay.
Quick, end it. Bye.